Yo, happy goddamn week 1, episode 1, season 4, Sunday Sessions. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday Sessions, the game is here. Oh my Lord. Your premier pregame show on the Buff Fan Base Network, sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com and give them all your money. They're going to do great things with it. My name is Swank. I will be your host. Right over here to my left is Mr. Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Takes Sports Podcast. What's up, RT?
What's going on, boys? Another season is upon us. I'm ready. You guys are ready. Let's get right to it.
Hell yeah. And right below him, hopefully he can hear me, is my buddy, Mr. Scooter Magooter. We do a little thing called the K-Gun Report on Tuesdays at 8 right here on the Buff Fan Base Network as well. Scoot, what do you got, buddy? How you feeling? What's going on?
Man, we had an hour and a half away flag football game. We just got back from traffic was ended on exit 43 and not too good, so that's why I'm a little late, but good to be here. Mafia, let's mount up. It's time for some football Sunday Sessions, season 4 episode. Go Bills.
Episode uno.
Yeah. Listen, if you're new to this show, what we do is we give you our final takes here going into the game. We go over the inactives, which the list has just came out. How topical, and that's why we love doing this show, so we can kind of discuss that. Then we'll give you our score predictions. And, it's a tight 30 today. Old Uncle Justin's got to go play a 3-hour show. So I figured something out, Scooter.
Yes.
Scott let me borrow one of his subscriptions, and I found out on the NFL Plus Premium app, you can actually choose to hide the scores. So when you go into the replays, I was afraid that I was going to see the score and it was going to bum me out because I was going full replay, baby, pretend like it's 1 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
But so I was like thinking I'm going to put cardboard on the screen and figure out where it would land. Like, seriously, dude, it's psychotic stuff I was thinking. So this morning I'm sitting there and I'm like, what's that little button up there? And it said hide scores. And I clicked it, blanked all the scores out from the 2 games that had already played. I went in, you go to the replay section, no scores. I was like, this is genius. Whoever, like that dude, he can have all of my money, dude. That is awesome. So I'm going radio silent after the show. You won't be able to hear from me for hours because I'm going to play 3 hours, do the game. So let's get into this game. Week 1 versus the Arizona Cardinals right here at Highmark Stadium. Exciting stuff. Boys, do you want to hit the inactives first?
Yeah, let's do it. They're up.
All right. I don't think there's a whole lot of surprises on this here list, but we'll hit them right here. Cole Bishop, number 1. We know he's been struggling with that shoulder. He's a rookie. Buffalo Joe. These 2 guys, we Scott and I called it, I think, on Tuesday's show here. They were kind of expected. Here's the name I'm going to mess up. The other linebacker, Eddie. What do you got, RT?
Ulafaccio, I believe.
Ulafaccio. That's good. I think you're on it. Yeah,
I might have it. I don't know. We'll find out.
You'll hear about it in the comments. If not, dude.
Yeah. Eddie Ulo. That's what we'll call him.
Eddie Ulo.
Eddie Ulo. I like that, dude. Defensive end. Scooter and I also said there was probably going to be a defensive end. It is not the one that we thought. We thought Tuhill. It is Javon Solomon. He is a healthy scratch today. The next is center Cedric Van Pran Granger. Scooter and I hit that. Tackle Ryan Vandemark. I didn't really expect. I thought that he'd be in the mix, but okay. And then Dwayne Smoot. So you got 2 defensive ends, 2 linebackers, a center, a tackle, and a safety. Not any real big surprises. Scooter, you got anything worry about this inactive list?
I'm not worried about it. We obviously knew some of the things going in that it looked kind of like this way. I would like to see Cedric Van Pran Granger being in there, but it is what it is. It looks like Tylen Grable, the draft pick this year in the 6th round, is making that starting roster. So there are a lot of nice positions to see. Guys, it's not because these guys are injured. It's just because it's a fill need. Cole Bishop practiced all week. Joe Andreessen practiced all week at full capacity. So this is just basically personnel based on what the Buffalo Bills want to do today against the Cardinals. Not surprised by any means by this roster, though.
It seems like great depth to me. What do you think, RT?
Yeah, no, not too many shocks on here. I mean, obviously, for a little bit of the Rudy Rudiger, fanhood interest, we would have liked to see Buffalo Joe, run out of the tunnel with the 44 on. But that's gonna come at some point. Maybe not, obviously not now, but at some point it will happen. So no shocks, but definitely you hope to see some of these guys out there at some point during the year.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cole Bishop for sure, right?
Mhm.
They're going to work him in, but we know how McDermott rolls, man. Especially if you're a rookie. But if you're a rookie and you're hurt, he could have been ready to play, 2 weeks ago. We don't know,
Right.
but he's gonna slow roll him in. I think it's interesting because Scott, we talked about a wide receiver or two possibly being on this list. No wide receivers. That means MVS is ready to go. That means Samuel's ready to go. You got your full cast of characters suiting up for this game.
Full cast, right?
That's a big thing. Yeah, everyone that's been on there is there. So no mix and matching quite yet. I think the Bills want to see what they have with those starting five, see what they can do offensively with just those guys, and then obviously later on in the season we'll see some people bumping.
RT, man.
Bumping in Buffalo.
I'm gonna throw this right to you, RT.
Mhm.
We're trying to do a tight 30, guys. I'm telling you right now. RT, offensively, what are you looking for out of the Buffalo Bills today, week 1, 2024, against the Cardinals?
Offensively, well, I'm definitely expecting a lot of new looks. I think this is like the first time we're actually going to see this offense in this new era, kind of new wave. Kind of reminds me of like the first time everybody saw Star Wars. No one knew that it was going to be a hit, and then it was just a phenomenon. That's what I'm hoping for. Week 1, I think it couldn't be at a more comfortable opponent or position, but at the same time, you don't want to get too comfortable out there, whether you're home, whether you think the opponent's not that great. They got to be on their P's and Q's. The Cardinals had a really bad season last year, and they flew a ways away to come here and to start their season with a win and get on the right track to start their season. So we got to be prepared. You can't overlook anybody, but offensively, the one guy that I'm looking at just as much as anybody is obviously the rookie Keon Coleman, who has a lot of pressure on him. I think a lot of Bills fans are a little frustrated after watching that Kansas City game, saying we gave away Xavier Worthy to the Kansas City Chiefs. Keon better hit. It's just pressure that is not really the smartest way, in my opinion, to approach how you evaluate a player and why the Bills felt like he was the best fit for their offense. And Joe Brady and how he wrinkles these guys in, I'm really excited to see that. I expect Keon, Dalton Kincaid, Curtis Samuel, this whole everybody eats mentality. I don't think it's just a phrase. I think they really mean it.
Yeah, I think that's the freshness that this offense needs, right? Transitioning from the Diggs and Davis era into this. Like, we knew the ball was going to be thrown to Stephon Diggs however many times a game, even if it was getting forced there and he wasn't making completions. So I'm excited. I agree, 100% agree with you. Scooter, what do you think, man? What is this offense going to look like? What are you looking for today?
I think we're going to be hitting the ground running. I really do. The defense that Arizona brings to the table is not that impressive on paper or in film. So the Buffalo Bills should be able to make their way. Like we've discussed in the K-Gun report, you got to turn those 3 points into 6 points. None of that BS inside the 20 field goals. We need to score touchdowns, get on these guys early, and just put the pedal to the metal.
Hell yeah, man. I love it. I know you were saying on the K-Gun too, man, we got to score in the red zone.
Yep.
Got to score TDs in the red zone, get down there, push it in. And I think for me, offensively, what I'm looking for, man, Dalton Kincaid, let's go. Sophomore effort, get in there often. I predicted it on the K-Gun, 100 plus 2 TDs for Dalton Kincaid. You're going to see how useful this dude is today. So we're excited for that. I'm excited for that. And I think just, pushing, grinding. They're the underdog, man. You got to keep going. Like you gotta play with that chip and get it in the end zone. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I can't wait to watch it 3 hours after it happened. Guys, real quick, about halfway through the show, wanted to let you know we're part of the Buff Fan Base Network. Please go follow them on all their social media. The originators of Bill's Mafia, also sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. Del Reed and the gang got a lot going on over there. You can buy some fresh threads. You can help a family in Western New York. It's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win. Absolutely win. Before we move over to what we're looking for from the defense, a little bit of breaking news. Surprise, surprise. RT broke it to me. Tyreek Hill detained in trouble right before the game, speeding into the parking lot down in Miami. So that's fun. It's a fun thing like that.
He doesn't find trouble. Trouble finds him.
Yeah. It's better than, hitting a woman or beating his kid. I'm glad for him. Just speeding this time.
He was just innocently putting his foot to the floor. No harm, no foul to anyone else's health or safety. And imagine being the two, Dolphins fans in their own right. Just imagine being a Dolphins fan, first off. But imagine
the two that are at the stadium.
The two that are at the stadium that walk by Tyreek Hill as he is scraped off of the ground as he would not get out of his car. So, I'm glad he's not on our team. That's for sure.
Well, I bet you he wasn't speeding because he was like late to get into the stadium or anything, or you know what I mean? Like he's a responsible guy. I'm sure
he's an above the law kind of guy. He just
and he is fast.
Zero extracurriculars that made him late to the game.
Yeah. Absolutely. I thought that was funny. RT shot that our way, and I was like, "Are you serious? This dude, is anybody calling this dude a distraction? All the shit that Stefon Diggs got while he was here, is this guy a distraction? Multiple arrests, multiple reports, detained like an hour and a half before kickoff. Like, give me a break, dude." Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what we're looking for out of this defense. I started with you last time, RT. I'm going to shoot it down to my boy Scooter Magooter. Defensively, Scott, what do you think? What do we got going on?
Honestly, I think McDermott, holy cow, Babich is going to call a defense that is aggressive. We saw the Dwayne Smoot. I think that was a late add-on to the injury. Javon Solomon obviously isn't playing today. So they have limited guys at the defensive end position. They brought in Hill and Klein, I think, is playing. So I'm thinking that rotation that we're used to seeing, we might not see as much today. So we're going to let Gregory Rousseau, AJ Epinesa get in a roll, in a rhythm, and hopefully they can chase down Kyler Murray. I think that you're going to see a lot of sacks. That was my bold prediction earlier this week, 5+. But I think that's going to allow them to get hot, and I think this defense will create a lot of pressure. It's going to be fun to watch. You guys remember that game against the New England Patriots when Lawyer Malloy came in and Spikes and Fletcher and all them, 31-0 blowout? I think it's going to be that kind of fun defensive game to watch today.
Ooh, man, I hope you're right.
My score won't reflect that, but I think it's just going to be one of those fun ones.
Nice. RT, what are you thinking, man? What are you looking for out of this defense today?
Well, honestly, I do think the defense, Scott mentioned Arizona's defense is not that good. Buffalo's is good, even though there's a lot of changes, but Arizona's offense in particular, I think is potentially very good. I think they have a lot of talent, a lot of weapons, and they have a weapon at quarterback just like Buffalo does, and Kyler Murray, who, when healthy, this guy's really, I think he's an anomaly. I've never seen a quarterback his size, his stature, or lack thereof, be able to chuck the ball as deep as he can, move in the pocket as well as he can, throw as accurately as he can. He's one hell of an athlete. So the Bills defense have to be on their P's and Q's for a player of his caliber. You also have Trey McBride, who caught 65 balls in the last 10 games of the season last year. And then this kid, Marvin Harrison Jr., that, his dad wasn't too bad. He's got a lot of hype. He's got a lot of energy heading into this league. That Buffalo secondary, in particular, DeMar Hamlin, Taylor Rapp over the top, they got to be ready and aware of where Marvin Harrison is and where this freak athlete, Trey McBride, and what he brings to the table.
100% agree, man. I think Trey McBride was like a pleasant surprise for me on my dynasty league. I picked him up late when I was having some struggls last year.
I have him on my roster too in a couple leagues right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he came through huge. Yeah, he's great. I mean that to me, it's leads to like what I'm most interested in. I think it's Dorian Williams. I want to see Dorian Williams and Terrell Bernard, and what are they going to do? Because this guy is going to go across the middle. This guy is going to challenge Dorian Williams for sure. And then, is Harrison Jr. going to be able to sneak out and challenge DeMar Hamlin or challenge Taylor Rapp? Those are definitely the two guys that I would look for. I think, kind of as I was alluding to at the K-Gun, man, if you can get back to Kyler Murray, I know that he's an athlete. I have the respect that he's in the league. I don't believe in him. I think he's on a trajectory like Deshaun Watson is right now. I think Watson gets all this credit for being this freak athlete. He hasn't done anything in years. And people still have him up
Kyler
there.
Really.
Yeah, and that's where I was going. Yeah. That's where I'm at. To me, like the Hail Murray was like the last great big thing he ever did. And
he's really played these last few years, and that's the kind of the other side is that he's not a guy that can take many hits. So if you get to see what you want to see, Swank, which is usually that front four getting to the quarterback, could be a really tough day for Kyler Murray. He's not one to take hits well.
Yeah. Well, and also, I mean, he's very slippery. He's very elusive. The thing that I think people seem to forget about is this defense goes up against a slippery, elusive quarterback in practice every single day. Like they know how to plan for these kind of guys. And there's all that stuff with Kyler's work ethic and all that was kind of drummed up, and who knows really what all that is. All I can say is, I'll grade him the same way people grade Josh Allen. Right.
Yeah. That's fair.
And then we'll see what happens. So I think if Russo, Epinesa, maybe a little Von Miller shows up today. He wasn't on that list. Let's go. Nobody's talking about these guys, and I think that Russo absolutely showed you how completely much of a wrecking ball he can be in the preseason. So I don't know. I'm looking for that. I'm linebackers, safeties, getting some pressure on Kyler and make their day miserable. It'd be great.
I like that you brought up Dorian Williams today. And for both linebackers, it is a day, guys. Trey McBride does bring a tight end presence that demands respect. And right off the bat, because we got the Kelseys of the world and Andrews, and now likely after what we saw on Thursday, we get a test to see how our linebackers hold against the run and being able to defend against the pass of these tight ends. Greg Dortch is no joke as a wide receiver, slot receiver for Arizona. He's a speedster. So we get a little bit of a taste, not the best roster, but a taste of the important stuff that we drafted because we needed to be able to fill these positions. It's a nice little sample size for today for them.
Yeah, I think it's a great week one matchup. I think it's something that, like, what I want to see? I want to see them come out ready. I feel like the last 2 years, the Rams game, they came out and just destroyed, but the Steelers game, there was just like the Jets, like there's certain times they come out and they just fall flat. And maybe it's the overhype train, maybe it's whatever. I don't know. But I think this year you're coming in with a chip on your shoulder, home game, start the season, the Cardinals. I think there's enough question marks around both teams in the media that it's a good matchup. It's a good test. Like, let's see what this team's about, because they should roll the shit out of them, if you're asking me. But we'll see what happens.
They show up ready.
Yep. Hell yeah. All right, guys, it's 11:50. Got about 10 more minutes left in episode 1 of Sunday Sessions. We're gonna do some score predictions and X factors. And guys, in the comments, please, you guys are killing it. All of our 24/7 fan base folks hanging out, throwing out questions and comments and all sorts of things. So thank you guys so much. Got 503 watching right now. Let us get your X factor first of all, and then your score prediction. Let's start with you, RT.
Well, I got 2 X factors, one on either side of the ball. I'm going to go defensively. Score prediction kind of goes into this X factor. I think it's going to be a close game. Week 1, we've seen a lot of sloppy football. Typically we do in week 1. These teams, it's been a bit since they've been out there, especially if they're playing on that field out in Brazil. That's another story for another day. But I do think that the Buffalo Bills defensive X factor is going to be what seals the deal for this game. I think the best addition to last year's team is back for another year, Rasul Douglas. Maybe it's just because he wears my high school number. I don't know, but I love him. And that might be an added bonus to why I like Rasul Douglas. But I think he's going to get a game-clinching pick that's going to put Buffalo in range to either get a game-ending touchdown off of an interception return for a TD, pick six, or Josh Allen will finish that off if Rasul's ran out of the sideline. And then I got a dry erase board take here for you. There's a new nickname for Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid, the tight end one. Move over, fat, slow Travis Kelce. It's time for a new era at tight end in Buffalo.
You do know you have to bring that to every show now. Though.
I know, dude.
Yes.
Now it's a segment.
I knew you guys would like that.
Oh yeah, dude.
This has been written down for no more than an hour, but I was ready to bring it out.
That's good. That's some pretty good prep, man.
Yeah.
Was there a little asterisk underneath there that said Kelce, he's coming for Taylor? Is that
there's a little crown over the G, which is greatness, right? The G for greatness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put a little TM next to it, or a little RT.
Yeah, a little RT. Yeah, a little circle.
I'm telling you, it's I see 10 targets, 8 catches, a touchdown. First touchdown of the season, Allen to Kincaid. I would not be shocked at all.
DraftKings it up. Do it up. Sports bet.
Yep.
All right. Did you throw a score out there? Let's do our X factors first, and then we'll do the scores. Go ahead, Scooter. What do you got?
Offensively, we'll be fine. So I think the X factor of this game is Babbage coming out strong. I think he should utilize the likings of Epinesa and Russo and bring the pressure, keep them in for 65% plus snaps, and bring Von Miller in for specialty stuff. But X factor is Babbage's defensive play calls. He needs to stick to an aggressive defense, fluster that wide receiver, because I do think that interception will come, RT, if you can get Marvin Harrison off his routes and pressure Murray. I think that's a good combination. So Babbage's first call of defense ever in his professional career. I'm rooting for him. I'm hoping good for him. Let's do it, Bobby.
Big old Bobby Babs.
Bobby Babs.
Like
I forgot to adjust my hat while I was doing that.
Yeah, you got to do the Bobby Babs adjustment there. That's good. We got our boy Paul Rossi saying X Factor Ray Davis coming out to party. Oh yeah, I like it. I like it.
He is someone that will take the most out of take advantage out of his opportunities for sure.
See that wrecking ball go right up the middle. I can see it. I can taste it. Might be snaking a little bit of those points from Josh Allen down on the goal line. We'll see. We got Doug saying Kincaid is the X Factor, agreeing with all of us here. Very nice. Very nice. Charlotte says X Factor Connor McGovern.
Ooh, maybe a big run day if Connor McGovern leading the way.
I like that.
No delay games, no false starts. He's in charge of that offensive line and the pace of the game. So center, get to where you got to be. Get ready for Josh Allen so the plays can be called. For sure, that's a good one. Awesome.
And he's been there. He's been in that position. I think he'll be just fine. Please be fine so this isn't getting cut by somebody and shown tomorrow.
Got receipts, bitch.
Look what Swank said, idiot. John says X Factor Kincaid on offense. The D ends on defense. Hell yeah, he's right there. We are. Let's see. Lisa says gonna miss my Micah. So it's Rapp and Hamlin. Yes, they are the starters. They were named the starters a couple days ago, I believe. So
it's not a feel bad for the guy's story. Hamlin's deserved it. He's been there. He's done every part of the game that he deserves, and he's obviously there for a reason. So root for him, not because of what happened, but root for him because he deserves to be there.
Listen, do not. Yeah, his whole identity is matched to that incident, and that is wrong. He was a bruiser. He loved to hit people coming out of college. He laid the lumber on a lot of dudes. He's not afraid to hit, and I don't think he's afraid to hit now. And that's probably what got him up where he is. So look for him to pop some guys. He might surprise you a little bit. I really liked him when we drafted him. So we'll see what happens. My X Factor, I said on the K-Gun, Kincaid, and I think he's going over 100, 2 TDs. I'll throw out there, I think that you're going to see a mature, poised Josh Allen today. I think you're going to see a guy that has so many options that he can extend plays and really pick the right option in his time. I think the game slows down significantly for him today, and I think you're just going to see him methodically march down the field, dinking and dunking, and then letting a couple loose, but managing the game at a level that we haven't seen Josh Allen do it. Not to say he was bad, not to say anything else, but I think you're going to see a little less cowboy and a little more old wise man sitting there picking apart. So I'm going the low hanging fruit. JA, he's gonna lead it right down there, and everybody's gonna think he's a surgeon at the end of the day. Defensively, man, I just want to see Groot. I want to see him splash. I want to see him get, Jesus, man, 3. Let's get 3. I don't care. Do it. I'm not betting. I'll bet it. I'll bet it. Shit, why not? All right, guys. We're gonna rally around here and do our score predictions. Go ahead, RT. What do you got for us?
I do think it'll be a close game. A lot of that has to do with week 1, getting the jitters out of the system and things like that. And we just never see like the highest quality of football week 1. I can't remember a barn burner week 1 game, maybe since the Chiefs and the Rams, when Goff was playing for the Rams. Yeah. That feels like it was 10 years ago, and it was only like 3 or 4. But I do think it's going to be a close game, 31-24. I think Rasul Douglas is going to put us in position to, stop the Arizona Cardinals in a tie sequence at 24-24. Rasul Douglas gets an interception, and Josh Allen finishes off that drive with a rushing touchdown. And all the people saying, "Hey, Josh, don't run around, don't do this, don't do that." He will continue to do whatever it takes to win, and that's all that matters. That's all we want. That's all that matters. So I'm really looking forward to this game for obvious reasons. Pleasure to be on with you guys once again. Go Bills.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Scooter, what do you got?
I think I don't think the Bills are going to make the cut to 6.5. They're giving them those points. It's a 24-21. I think it's a close win, again, because of week 1 stuff, as we already talked about. I don't have to get into it. 24-21, they're not going to reach that over-under 47.5 points either, so bet that way if you trust me. If you don't, it is what it is. Looking forward to just a win. You got to win your home opener. That the fans are expecting it. Go Bills.
I like it. Me, man, I'm going for it. 32-17. My respect level for Kyler. He's got to earn it just the same way that Josh Allen has had to earn it his whole career. We haven't seen much from him in the last couple of years, as previously stated on Sunday sessions. I like this right here, Corey. I want a 60-yard TD bomb to Coleman to shut up all the fake Bills fans crying about Worthy already. Ha, ha, ha. Hey, buddy. Hi. And Johns agrees that would be epic. So there you go. We all got a big W for the Buffalo Bills opening day home game, week 1 against the Arizona Cardinals. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to Sunday Sessions. You can catch us every single pregame right here on the Buff Fan Base Network, wherever you're watching this. We usually go about an hour and a half before kickoff, do a little half hour, give you your inactives, our hot takes, and RT's going to hold up a bunch more whiteboard signs. I can't wait. Guys, appreciate it. Enjoy the game. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go